Mary Ann is going to be our facilitator tonight. And parents, let me tell you, after the high school session, I know how to do math now. Tools and tips and
Just to give you some of my background. I was a tutor during, well, maybe teaching is kind of, I decided I'd become a teacher. Science, and then I taught raise the kids. I just loved being in there for, and then some more. Because our first kid hit, we shouldn't volunteer my life away. Probably should make some. And now I work 6 years that I did is so fast. It's hard on kids to or decimals or percent solving or negative number. I developed like would practice on their own. Really like catching on. And not just in front of me. And so he did, and so name it, I got about a topic on everything for into middle school math and then into algebra and some of geometry. Then There's I'll try to do this for real. "60 countries. It just I've been blessed. No matter what anybody, they can use it. And we'll take parents, it is and so then, and yes, he did. Everything you've done, it's just help you just make sure you're comfortable. So it's just going to be review. You're finishing up eating. Bloom's taxonomy. Things. And your teacher once you can understand it, you'll be able to look at the problem 3, 6, and 9, because the oddball one, 7, nobody likes the 7s, oh well. But then the multiples of 11 are back. Multiples of 25 are good to know, because that's like quarters. And then there's other hundreds charts. Okay. And then there's some application was one of those levels. Okay, and then every student, whiteboard markers. This side of it is your eraser. And then you erases it. Design. Okay, so everybody, each student, if you're elementary, that's fine. And one of the yellows and one of these. I forgot to tell you to take. Um, and so, okay, so I want you to slide it down to 78. What does 78 need to get to 50? 2, okay. So go back up to the 28. If you had 28 plus 5, break up the 5 into 2. That'll get you to 30. And then 30 plus 3 is 33, huh? Five onto 48 is 53, yes. Okay, now move it down to 58. What's 58 plus 6? 5 or 6 into 2 and 4. Now move it down to 58 and then you have 64. 64, yes. Okay, now what if you have to have 58 plus 24? Okay, so slide it down. 10, 20. So now you're on 58, slide it down 10 and 20. Now you're down at 78. Now add the 4. Break it up into 2 and 2. back up to 48. This time, let's say you're going to add 35. So adding 30 is easy. Go down, down, down. Now move down, and then you're at 78. 78, now you have to add the 5. So you add your 2 and add your 3, and you get 83. Yes, 83. Now move it down to 50. Let's go to 39. 39 just needs what to get to 40. Now move it down to 58. What if you needed to add 5? Well, add your 1 and then add your 40 plus 4, which is, okay. Now add 39 plus 25. Oh, 30 just got harder. 39 plus 25. Think of 25 as 20 and 5. So add the 20. And you're at 59. And now add the 5. 64. Yes, 64. Go down to 69. And add 27. Now move it to 20.
It's easy.
And then you're at 89, and then you add 7.
Only needs 1 to get to 9.
So break up that 7.
Be 1 and 6, so you get 96.
Okay, does that make sense? Okay. Were you able to get faster? Because I thought you were getting faster at this? Well, that's one of the things on my website, and we'll practice that. Now I'd like you to use your marker, and I want you to circle the multiples of 9. So 9, that was 18. And then 7. What do you notice about the pattern? Yes, it does. Goes diagonal. Once you're down to 81, it looks like it doesn't have a number to go to. The number would be right before 91, which happens to be over here. So then you would circle the 90, and then it's turned again. You had 99. Okay. Go down 1, 2, 3, 9, so break up the 90. Add the 20. Yeah. Go down 1, 2, 3, comes some deck of cards. This is something you can do at home. I'll leave the markers back, but if you think this, you would like this at your house with those 2 chips in it, you're welcome to it. Okay. Add the 20. But if you think this, you would like this with those 2 chips in it, you're welcome to it. Now, I would like that here, and if you think this, you would like just to turn over a card, and it'll be automatically that number times 9.
You have to figure out which one of those numbers is going to be it. So if it's 9 times 9, okay. You don't need it, but if you want to circle them all, you're certainly welcome to. Cool. So you've already got that. 9 times 9? Well, this is 9 times 10, so okay. And then she...
To turn over a card,
9.
with those 2 chips in it,
Yep, keep flipping them as keep her going. Oh,
and it'll be automatically welcome to it.
good, keep it going.
Automatically that number times
The aces have to be 1.
9. And they have to
It's so nice.
now.
You are.
I would like first back, but if you
Or what?
She erased the one that it was.
think this, you would like just
Go ahead and flip another.
to turn over a card and
Too easy for you.
with those 2 chips in it,
No, just leave them circle.
and it'll be automatically welcome to it. Automatically that number times 9. And they have to fix. Now,
It's a lot.
I would like first back, but if you think this, you would like just to turn over a card with those So sorry. That's like a 1. Make her go fast.
27.
There's a the 36. Erase your board, plastic, and then parents will have, this is what you can do at home. That's good. Yep, so you go down 10 and one would be. Yep. If you look at just the ones number, 6, 4, 2, and then we keep going like that. Single digits, 1 and 80. It's good to know. Yes. Okay. Again, in your packet, most of them where it's the multiples of 3, 6, and 9. Yellow colored pencil. Circle those in with your yellow colored pencil. That way you got it. Then we can go, you've done the 8s, which is like 2 pages later. And you can circle. I would like you to, when you're ready, and then circle the multiples of 6. I don't think we need to practice the 2s, 3s, 4s, but the other ones would be okay. When you use fractions, like if there's 3½ and you're supposed to make it into an improper fraction, that means the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Okay, 3½ would be like 3 whole pizzas plus a half. If I make them all into halves, then I've got 2, 4, 6 plus 1 more is 7 halves. How could I mathematically do this? If you analyze, how can I do that? 3 cut into 2 parts each would be 6 plus 1. So it's a time where you multiply and add. Okay, if you have 5 and 2/3, you can spend time and draw the pizzas, but at some point it gets messy, or if you're like me, into thirds would be 15/3, plus I already had 2/3, so 17/3. Then you add. If you have 8, that would be how many? 8 course would be how many? Plus you got 3 more of them. So then
Love? 35, yeah. Denominator, it's the same denominator. When you add than it is to divide or subtract, that's why, as far as my brain would rather add to get there than trying to say 6 is how much. I'd think, what plus 6 gets me there? Multiply and then add a fraction, like you have 21 over 5. Instead of multiplying and then adding, now we're going to say I could take 5/5, 5 more fifths out and make a pizza, 5 more, 5 more. How many 5s could I take out of 21? So that tells me how many whole pizzas. Have some leftover fifths. 24 pizzas would use up 20 of these. So 21 minus 20 means I still have 1 left over. So now you had to divide and subtract. Okay, here's another one. 15 over 4. Oops. 15 over 4 makes what mixed number? Well, you take out 4 of them. How many 4s can you take out of 15?
3.
That would take out 12 of them. And so how many 4ths are left over if you took out 12? Yeah. Okay. I'll be happy to come back and do all kinds of and fractions and decimals and percents, then you get to shoot baskets. And out of 8, you get to say what your percent is. 1 out of 8, 12.5%. 2 out of 8, 25%. And if you miss it, you still have 2 out of 8, 25%. But at least it relates it to something you're doing. If we're going to teach you all this math, it should build towards the future, but it should be usable. And you should be able to see, why am I learning this? Why am I doing this? There should be reasons. Okay, you can finish coloring these in on your own time. Let's keep moving on. One of the things for addition that I want you to be able to do is called take it, break it, and remake it. If you have 58 plus 24, you can take this and break it. 58 needs 2. So break this into 2 and 22, because this makes 60. 60 plus 22, all you have to add are the tens numbers, you get 82. Now that might look like a lot of steps. Actually, practicing this, your brain gets on my website. 65 need just to get 32. Okay. And problem. Okay. So quite a few problems in a short while, huh? With the deck of cards, and they're going to be pretty motivated to be right, which is good. Okay, so then multiples we've already done. Applying your knowledge. Yeah, let's go to this page where, because most of real life is word problems, so you should be prepared for real life. You should be prepared for use this. Number of students on Anna's bus. Students are on the bus now. Well, 28, 6. And okay, number 2, Jeff here is 25. What total of money does Jeff? 37 just needs 3, so take 3 off. Six. Okay, number 3. She has already read 30. 37. How much? 40 to 80 is 40. So if you're at 60 to 70, and then what do you need? Needs to read how many? Yes. Number 60. Inches tall. So how tall? He's 5 feet, so that's 1. So how many? More.
85.
Divide. How many? Times 4 is? Okay. It's good to know. 8 inches, you take that out and then 48 from 7 inches tall. How tall? Yes, 5 foot times 12 is 60. Solving equations. A lot of what I've done is not verbal. Go home and redo it and math with students without actually doing a lot of pencil paper. My two, but when I their homework, which a lot of times is, but then I emphasize work smarter, not harder. Okay, if you have the equation for yes. Number 2, 5x equals 45, so x equals 9. 8 times x is 64, so x, 9 times x is
6.
Yep. 12 times what is 48? 12 times what is 4? Yep, which is to go. Okay, so x had to be 4. 15 times what? 60 is like 40 and 20. Oh yeah, you got it, 4. Okay, then it's two-step equations. 2x plus 5 equals 25. What plus
10.
2 times what will make that be 10? Times what will make that be 10? 5. Okay, let's do number 8, and then we'll. And it's that much fun. No. Let's drop down. Equals 32. What minus 2 gives you 30? 32. So now it becomes 8x had to be 32. 8 times what makes 32? 4. Algebra is simply math, and don't let it intimidate you ever. Okay, let's drop down to number 13. 6 plus 8x equals 30. Well, 6 plus what makes 30? 6 plus what makes 30?
24.
24. So the 8x had to be 24. 8 times what will make it be 24? 8 times?
4. No, 3.
8 times 3. Okay, then we'll go on to my website. If we have time, we'll do your positives and negatives. Otherwise, sadly, we might have to miss it. Okay, all right. Deborah, would you want? Did everybody bring a computer? Do you have a cell phone that you can get on the internet with? Okay, and then I have my that. Okay, do you have a cell phone or an iPad you can use? Okay. And first, when you crank it up, you'll need to get on, go to settings and find the Wi-Fi that is, let me get it started. Find the Wi-Fi that is PPLD, which is Pikes Peak Library District -W. Are you at here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'd like you to tap Math Foundation. It's down lineup and tap right, it cascades down how many set always has 25. Now, want you to math addition yet? To take it, go down a little bit in Math Foundation. First ones are kindergarten and first grade. Video of me, one of my former to videotape. Oh. Then she's made me a Facebook page and stuff. So that's break that, take that. Plus 3 is. So go, and I'm only going to do 4. 19. 5 into a 1 and a 4. 20 plus 4 is 24. I'm going to get one wrong. 28. 34. That's up there on the progress bar. And you want a green light? 28 needs 2. 6 is, so now, and that goes away because we all learn from our mistakes. 7 needs 3, so you yes. Okay, now let's go to math. Again. Math, temp jobs for kids. This is the reality of life. And it's always and you walk that dog. Times 6 is, and don't use a calculator. 42 plus, which is Jackie earns $6 each time. $6 every time she works 4 times. Times 4 and then 5 times 4. Okay. Switch to another topic. Okay. Earns $6 each time. And he did that twice. And then $10 2 times is okay, 50 for left. And let's go to Math Foundations. And now we're going to go down to a mental math multiplication. Where it says 10, 100. So I would have done 150 problems for just that one. Brain should be clicking along. Okay, 4 times 13 and then take that time. 4 times 25 times a quarter. So now that's 100. Now what's 100? Yeah, get you there. And then each one had The 200 had 2 zeros. $20, $40, $60, $80. $1,800. $1,900. Is 100 times happens when you get to the end of a problem. $300. To do 8 times 5, which is okay, 1,000, 61,000. That's okay. It's inevitable. $1,000 times 24 is 40 times 25 is still 1,000. 29 is 40 times 25 is still 1,000. 1,000 times 56? Yes. 40 times 25 and then times 76 is? Yes. Okay, 5 more to go. 50 times 20, remember that 5 times 2 is 10, put on both. A 1,000 times 30 is 1,000 times 60. 50 times 20 is and now you'll see blue or purple, and they're random. I want to do a different problem set, which increase my speed, or you might say Yeah, let's go back up to everybody get there? Algebra. X plus 39 is 4. Numbers, 44, what do you still think money? If you have 40, you want to get to 15, you need okay. If you 41,
$6.
sets, and then how many problems you've gotten done. 4, so take you. Now, and see if I can get it done. It's just kind of nice because get these started, so make it, go over and hit the done, so it's going to take you 5. So 24, yep. Now let's go back up to appropriate for me. Things that are in your grade, but also this one, Math Foundation. And it shows you school. And you need your, and I volunteered. A lot of those years were in then dash math, real life math, conversion. And negative. Okay. Just kind of bowling you over.
What would you recommend people start with first?
Depends on your grade. If you're in 7th grade, I would say start with 6th grade, whatever I have in 6th grade. Go give it a try, especially if it's 6th grade and then goes right into 7th and 8th. Go ahead and give those a try. The grade you're in and the grade before it.